Yo, what's happening, my people? So it's your boy Chance Jolivette, aka Smooth, back with another video. So today, left early, man. Wanted to go catch a movie. We'll watch The Flash. It's a 2023 movie, man, starring Ezra Miller. I don't know how you feel about him or something. I don't know. Anyways, so he the star of the movie Flash. You watch the previews, you seen they got multiverse. They got other Batmans. So let's get into the movie, man. Beginning of the movie, it started off, man. It started off with a little bit of action, but it started off like Flash was kind of like a lackey. It's like some things were going on. I'm not spoiling the movie. I'm just telling you like why I think this way at the beginning of the movie. Like there is something going on in Gotham, and they're like, Flash, we need you to come help in this situation. And it's like, why do you need me at this point or whatever? You could have called so and so and so and so. But it's like Aquaman was busy, Superman was busy, Wonder Woman was busy. It's like he's one of the last choices that they chose for him. And then like his character, the way that Ezra played him in this movie, like I didn't watch the CW Flash or whatever. Like everybody was in love with the regular Flash show, if it was on CW, I don't know. But everybody was in love. He didn't seem like he was just this goofy dude or whatever. Like they got Flash like he's a virgin on here and stuff. Like he's just very super nerdy and introverted and awkward. Like I'm like, that's not Flash. Not as far as much as I don't read a bunch of Flash comic books, but I've read Flash in books. And Flash, he doesn't come off like that. He maybe might be a little goofy or fun-loving, maybe like a Johnny Storm type character, but he's not Ezra Miller. So that's the first thing I wasn't too crazy about to start the movie off. Then it's like whenever he's about to run, he's like, oh, he's about to go to Gotham City and stuff. It's like he just stops like this and he's like, ugh, and he runs like that. I'm like, that looks so goofy. I was like, that looked crazy. I didn't like that. They get to Gotham City. I promise you I'm not spoiling nothing. But they got a little fight scene or whatever. Like Batman, they got him early on. They got Ben Affleck. And like just his fighting stuff he's doing at that point, I'm like, this is one of the coolest Batmans I've seen. I'm like, Batman is a meta-human in this scene right here. What he's doing, I'm not going to say, but it's meta-human what he is doing in this scene right here. I'm like, wow, look at what Batman is doing. But anyways, so there is a moment and he kind of like takes off running. He's going through things in his life and he takes off running just, and that's how he figures out he can go to a whole nother level. And it opens up time travel. And he's like, damn. He goes talk to Bruce and he's like, we see this in the previews and stuff. He's like, I think I can time travel, man. I can save people. I can do. But it's like, if you do this, it's going to have a butterfly effect. Don't do this. You don't want to do this and that might happen. And he figures out a way. He's like, well, if I do this, if I don't directly disrupt anything, if I do it like subliminally, some kind of way or whatever, it might not affect things. So he ends up messing with time, space, all that. And that goes into like Act 2 and Act 3 of the movie. And Act 1 was pretty action-packed, but it's not like super story-based or whatever. It's just like a few action scenes or whatever, like him going help Batman and this and that. Act 2 and 3 deals with more of the time-space stuff and like him meeting characters and stuff like that. But at that point, I was kind of like, because the action dies down a whole lot. I don't want to say why, but he meets the other Ezra Miller and stuff, and things happen, and the action just goes from here to the action goes to the floor. So I'm in the theater. I'm like, yeah, this is not what I expected right here. I expected, yeah, this kind of upset. But it's not a movie killer. It's not a movie killer all the way. Like, we start seeing, like, some guest appearances and stuff. You see the other Batman and stuff. You see how he meets him and Michael Keaton and stuff like that. They end up, they looking for Clark. You see in the trailer, they got Supergirl and this and that. Zod is coming to Earth. So it kind of takes place, like, in the past. It takes place in, like, the first Superman movie, where Zod comes back to Earth, but there is no Superman. So how can they save this planet if there is no Superman? So they looking for Superman. They can't find Superman. They find Supergirl and stuff. They go and fight Zod. And I like how they did the Speed Force in this movie. Like, me watching this movie and, like, just looking into Flash, like, a little bit more before watching the movie or something. It's like he has, like, an orange tint, and it's not the fastest in the Speed Force. It's kind of like in the middle. I like how they switched it up. And, like, the younger Ezra Miller on here, or Barry Allen, you could say, the younger one, he has a blue Speed Force. So if you, like, in the comic books or whatever, like, the blue is like the purest. So he's faster than the original Ezra Miller. But there is kind of like a reason for that, like powers, etc. I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, so we could skip. Well, not skip, we done talked about it. Act 2, Act 3 is kind of like setting things up. It's not too much action going on. It's meeting people, trying to find things, blase, blase. Act 4, they get back into the action. So you get to see everybody, like, really show their powers and handle their business. And see his actions, what they have did to the world and how it has affected things and why he needs to turn things back and blase, blase. Some things I enjoyed, like in the middle of the movie and stuff. I like Ezra Miller's character. Like, I like how he grew as a character. Like, cause I told you, he started off the movie, he like was so nerdy and awkward and stuff. In the middle of the movie, like, he's like a normal human being. He's kind of like cool and this and that. He's taking charge and he's being a superhero without being a superhero. We're not gonna get into that. But it's something I didn't like. Is like at the end of the movie, like whenever things kind of be normal again, somewhat normal, he's back to being so awkward and nerdy. And I'm like, all this character, his character arc in the movie, it went up, just to drop all the way back down whenever the movie is over and stuff. I'm like, he goes back into a nerdy outcast. I'm like, he was cool the whole movie. That's some things I didn't like. And it probably sounds like I hated the movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a nice action. I like the way they set things up. I don't want to say action-packed. The action scenes, whenever there was action, it was action. It was beautiful. But there was like some laws in the movie. But you get a lot of fanfare. You get a lot of payoffs. The cameos on here, there one cameo, I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh no. The cameos, watch the cameos. Some of the cameos gonna make you laugh. Some of the cameos is like, if you old from the 80s or something, like, yeah. But it was a good movie, man. Like, especially for DC, like it was damn good. And stay, if you like the after credits or something, is there an after credit? Yes. All the way at the end. So you gotta stay and watch all the credits for you to see the end credit scene. Is it something major? No. But is it worth staying, watch it? You already sat down for 2 hours and 20 minutes. You might as well sit down 5 extra minutes and watch the end credit scene just to see the last little minute and a half little clip that they added. But as I said, man, 9 out of 10, summer blockbuster. I would definitely tell you to check it out. Hopefully it goes like to #1 until Indiana Jones comes out and stuff. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest and most hated man. I'll let you boy.